Hi, good to see everyone. Thank you for saying hello, introducing yourself. Welcome to this webinar on School Phonics. So yes, my name is Kevin Search. I've worked here at eFuture for almost exactly 4 years now. So pretty experienced at the company. And this is, I think, my third or fourth webinar. I used to do, of course, a lot of seminars, but still pretty new with the whole webinar thing, but I'm getting used to it now. Okay, more people, yeah, from Mexico, Tokyo, Vietnam. Okay, most people, it seems like, are in the Eastern Hemisphere, but still a lot of people in the Western Hemisphere. Yes, good evening from Mexico City. Hello. Okay, great to see everyone. So it's almost 11 o'clock, but while people are coming in, I thought it might be kind of fun to do just do a little quick activity, okay? Because one of the themes for today's webinar is going to be comparison, comparing two things, okay? Because I think it's a really effective way to learn about something and teach something. So I thought we could just do this for a few minutes until we get everyone in here. Okay, so this activity, I think most people are probably familiar with it, is called Spot the Differences. Comparison, love it, great. Okay, so, you know, even if you're young or old, I think everyone kind of enjoys this, so it's great. Oh, long time no see. Okay, good to see you again. So, can you spot the differences? Let's compare the two images and see how well you can find the differences. Okay, sunglasses, what do you see? Sunglasses, the umbrella. Yes, the red umbrella is different. What do you say? The ball, oh yes, it's missing a green stripe. The shark hat, yes, is different. Oh. Okay. The girl's hair, the hairstyle, and oh, someone thinks 8 differences. Actually, I found more than 8. There's a few more, so keep looking. Yes, the swimming suits, the girl's like orange suit versus the purple suit. Anything else? Maybe if you look at it from, you know what, that's going to be too hard. I'll change it back. The boy holding a pear. Where is the pear? Oh, yes. He has the watermelons in the tray versus the pear in the tray, yes. Pattern of the umbrella. Polka dots. Fruits in the basket. Okay, I think you got most of them. So here are the answers. So I found 11 differences. Did anyone find more, or did anyone find anything else? Yes, the shark fin. Boy's bathing suit. Girl's bathing suit. Okay, I think we got them all. Anyways, that's just a fun little game of spot the differences. Okay, so I think we're not going to have time for this second one. I prepared it just in case, but it's already after 11. Okay, so we have just over 100 people now. So if you just came in, welcome to this School Phonics webinar. My name is Kevin. I actually worked on this project for School Phonics, so I'm quite familiar with the series. It was a few years ago now, but still pretty knowledgeable about the series. Okay, so if you have any questions at any time during the webinar, please leave them in the chat room. I have it open. I will try to look over from time to time and answer those. Okay, and then at the end, we'll have a quick Q&A session too. So if you want to leave your questions until the end, you can do that also. Okay, so yeah, you can see School Phonics behind me, all right? The 4 student books, okay? So the schedule for today, it's gonna be really simple. It's simple and straightforward. I want to keep it as simple as possible. So we're gonna do a quick warm up, another comparison activity, because that is going to be the theme for today. And then 2, comparison. We're actually going to compare 2 different series, okay? So we're going to compare School Phonics with another series by eFuture called Smart Phonics, okay? And I want to do that because I think it's a really good, fun, and effective way of learning about something, okay? Instead of just telling you about one thing, let's tell you about it in comparison with another, okay? And I think it's just more interesting, and it's more effective, okay? So we'll try that, and then along the way, I will demo some activities, introduce some activities for you that you can use with School Phonics or most phonics series in general, anyways. And then we'll wrap up, okay? So let's get started. So the warm up. Yes, okay, as I mentioned, the theme for today is comparison. So I thought we'd start with this quote. To know one thing, you must know the opposite. Okay, so I think if you just know one thing, like, okay, let me give you an example. When I first started here at eFuture, everyone was telling me about, books like School Phonics. So it has this, it has that, it has this feature, etc. But I didn't really start to understand, it didn't really start to understand the books until I started comparing them with our other series, like our other phonics series, like Speed Phonics. And I didn't really understand them also until I started comparing them with our competitors series, okay? So I think to really understand something, you really have to know what else is out there and how it's different from everything else. Okay, so this activity that we're going to start with is called Comparative Clues. Okay, so what is the item? Okay, we don't know, right? It could be anything, but here are your clues. So the first clue, it is juicy, juicier, okay? But for students, we can just put it like this, and then they have to say it's juicier than an apple, okay? So first clue, it's juicier than an apple. Second clue, it's more sour than a grapefruit. Okay. What could it be? Now the third clue, third and final clue. Oh, some guesses coming in already. It's smaller than an orange. What is it? What's the item? Oh, some people, okay, I was thinking lemon. Some people think strawberry, but remember, it's more sour than a grapefruit. So I don't think it can be a strawberry. Sure, easy, right? Okay. Next one, second item. 3 clues. First clue, it's faster than a lion. Okay, and all of the clues should sort of be part of the same category, right? The same subgroup. But then it's taller. Oh, some people think it's a cheetah, but wait, it's taller than a cheetah, so it can't be a cheetah. And it's stronger than a panda. Oh, I think some people have it. Okay, what is it? Yes. Okay, it's a tiger. Okay, maybe it could be some of those other things, but I was thinking a tiger anyways. Oh, yeah. Okay. So although, yeah, I think, yeah, anyways, tiger. Okay, third and final item, clues. First clue. Oh, it's smaller than China. Second clue, it's colder than Thailand. But yeah, it can't be Russia though, right? Because Russia's bigger than China. Oh, and then third and final clue, there are fewer people than Japan. Yeah, I think most people have it. Yes. Okay, it's Korea. Okay, or South Korea. Yeah, Korea. Okay, so most people got it. Anyway, so that's just a quick comparative activity that you can do. You know, you can warm up with. It's pretty fun too. Okay, so yeah, I did that because, like I've mentioned a few times already, the theme for today's webinar will be comparison, comparing Smart Phonics with School Phonics. Okay, so Smart Phonics. Who is familiar with Smart Phonics? Does anyone know Smart Phonics? Yes, okay, because you probably know it because Smart Phonics, I think it's fair to say, is the sort of, it's the holy Bible of phonics, right? So it's very famous and well known in the phonics world. And eFuture is very proud to have it as its product. So yes, it's a legend, right? So it's the Bible of phonics. So then the question we have to ask is, oh, you use Smart Phonics when you taught in the Philippines. Cool. I hope you liked it. So if we already have the phonics Bible here at eFuture, why would we make another phonics series, right? It doesn't seem to make sense. But there are reasons why, right? Because we made Smart Phonics quite a while ago, so, but it still sells really well. It still does really well. So why make another phonics series? Well, 3 key differences and main reasons why we did this. Why did we make School Phonics? Well, probably the number one reason is we wanted to make the leveling a little bit easier. Okay, we wanted to make it a little bit like slower, like we wanted to make the flow and the pace a little bit slower. And yeah, we just wanted to simplify some things and make it a little bit more friendly for younger students, okay, who are maybe at a slightly lower level, okay? So just to make things more gradual and just more, a little bit more fun, okay? And then the second reason is digital content. Because we first made Smart Phonics like over 10 years ago, right? It didn't have digital content. So we wanted a series with a lot of good digital content that can be accessed, through the app or online on like eSmart Class, etc. So we made School Phonics and we included lots of good digital content and also readers. Now, at the time, it was true that Smart Phonics did not have any readers, and we wanted to make a phonics series that included a reader's booklet like built in, right? that's attached at the back of the book. So yeah, we made School Phonics with readers. All right, and we'll touch on that later. Now, Smart Phonics, since we made School Phonics, Smart Phonics does now have readers. Okay, so both series now have readers, but the big difference is that with Smart Phonics, they come separately. Okay, they're sold separately. But with School Phonics, they are attached and included right in the student book. Okay, so that's the big difference. But now they both have readers booklets. Okay, so if you're interested, you can also check out the Smart Phonics readers. Okay, all right, so moving on. So leveling. Leveling is the first big difference. And I just want to show you how it's different by comparing the two side by side. So first, we have an image of Smart Phonics. Okay, the contents page, the first page. Now, this is the first page of the contents page of School Phonics. Now, I want you to pay attention. Try to find, just like in Spot the Differences, try to spot some differences here between Smart Phonics and School Phonics, okay? There's just 3 or 4 main things that I want you to try to spot, okay? So these are the first pages of the contents pages, and then these are the second pages. Okay, more pictures. Yes. Someone mentioned one. Review units. Yes. Now you're getting warmer. The time for review is spaced out differently. Review units, maybe more. Okay, more colorful board games. That is a difference. That is a difference. The test. Yes, more reviews. Good. That's key. Anything else? What about the page numbers? Notice anything? Less phonics targets, yes, in each lesson. More pages in School Phonics. Good. Okay, so here we go. Some of you may have spotted this. Okay, more pages in School Phonics for sure, but also notice how many pages in each lesson or each unit. Okay, in Smart Phonics, only 6 pages per unit. In School Phonics, 8 pages per unit. So more pages are dedicated, right, to each set of targets. Okay, so that's what makes things a little bit more gradual and easier for students. They have more time and more practice for each set of targets. Okay, so that's one difference. And here in Smart Phonics, because there are fewer units. I just gave it away. Okay, it's because there are fewer units. Sometimes we have to put 4 targets into one unit. But with School Phonics, because there are more units, we can space things out more and only have like a maximum of 3 targets per unit, which of course makes things easier for students and less overwhelming. And yes, the total number of units is different. School Phonics, 12 units, Smart Phonics, only 8. So Smart Phonics is more condensed. School Phonics is more gradual, more spaced out. And the last big one, there are other differences that as you pointed out, but the last key difference is the number of reviews. If you'll notice, or if you noticed, in Smart Phonics, there is a review unit every 4 units, but in School Phonics, there's a review every 3 units, okay? So there's more review more often, okay? And there's a total of 3 reviews in School Phonics. Okay, I have to not get those mixed up. School Phonics, Smart Phonics, okay. Anyway, so those are some key differences in the leveling you can see. Okay, and here is another example. So we have the first page of Unit 1. Okay, good. I'm glad you understand, Gia. Okay. So this is the first page of Unit 1 of Smart Phonics, and let's compare it with the first page of Unit 1 of School Phonics. So, they look pretty similar, same targets, same, picture words to represent each target also. You noticed a difference. Yes. This is what I was talking about being a little bit more friendly to students who are a little bit younger and lower level. We added more chants in School Phonics, okay? So you can see no chant in Smart Phonics, but we added a chant along in School Phonics. Okay, and now I just want to give you a little activity, because I said like along the way I'll introduce some activities for you. So here is an activity that we can do to help introduce the target letters and sounds to students. So one effective way to do this is to narrow the focus. So maybe if students see this on the first page, right? So here, same page in the book, right? If students see this, it might be a little bit overwhelming to them, seeing all three targets at once, especially if they're brand new to them and they've never seen them before. Well, what can we do? Well, we can narrow the focus by maybe covering up some of the targets. This looks a little bit easier now, right? I can just narrow my focus on A, and the apple, okay? By blocking out B and C. Maybe you could have them cover their cover the page with a piece of paper here, something like that, right? You can use anything to cover these. Or if it's online, of course, you can use these like purple blocks that I am using. Okay, so, and then as you introduce the sounds, you start with go through that with them, and then maybe cover A, and then uncover B and keep A and C covered, right? So it's just narrowing the focus. I find this to be a really effective way to introduce targets at the beginning, okay? And you can do it in other ways too, like maybe you want to cover up the pictures at first and only show the letters. And then after that, maybe you can cover the letters and show the pictures and then show everything all together, right? Again, just to narrow the focus a little bit, okay? So that's just a little tip or a little activity that maybe you could implement in your classroom. Okay, so another thing here, continuing along with the theme of comparing, okay, how can we familiarize students with the letters at first? What's an activity that we could maybe do here after introducing these target sounds and letters? Well, as we've been doing so far, let's maybe use something like spot the differences. But how can we use spot the differences with phonics sounds and targets? Well, here is an example. So, I've just put this together myself. So you can see letters from A to F, and you can also see images like a cat, fish, elephant, an apple, a book, etc., right? And maybe we can compare these two images by changing the target, the target letters and the pictures around, and then just have students look for the differences this way. So it's like spot the differences, but with a phonics twist. So can you spot the differences? So this is the first picture. Take a good look What changed? Yes, the fish. Yes, and the dog and cat swapped places. What else? Yes, the apple moved. Yes, the bee moved. Oh, yes, and then the F changed from red to blue, right? On the sailboat, you noticed that. Good. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. Okay, so anyways, that's just a way to use spot the differences with phonics targets, and it's pretty simple to put something like this together. Okay. Okay, so moving on. So back to comparing Smart Phonics and School Phonics. So this is the second page of Smart Phonics. And this is the second page of School Phonics. What's different? What do you notice? There's pretty big difference in these pages. Okay, yes, like a mind, like a mind map, that's true. Yes, that is the key. I think Marilyn, sorry, I missed the name, but the number of letters, that's the key. Again, things are slowed down a little bit, quite a bit in School Phonics compared to Smart Phonics. So instead of having all three targets on one page, A, B, C, we have a whole page dedicated to only one target in School Phonics. Okay, so you can see the next page in School Phonics only dedicated to B. Next page only dedicated to C. So what we do in one page in Smart Phonics, we do in 3 pages in School Phonics. So obviously that makes it easier for students to learn and understand, right? And become more familiar with the targets. Yes, and as people are also pointing out here, practice writing. There's also a practice writing section where you can say and write the letter next to the picture words, right? Okay, so that's also another difference. So you're spotting all the differences, everyone. Great. Yes, and also actual pictures. You notice that too. Yes, photos are used there as well. Good point. Okay, so another little activity demonstration here that we can do. So what are some fun ways to write the letters? So, of course, we can have students write the letters as it's recommended or suggested in the student book here. But what are some other fun ways that we can write letters? Do you have any ideas? Okay, board racing. Yeah, trying to do it really quickly on the board. As long as they do it properly, sure. Tracing them in the air, writing them in the air. Yeah, that's always a good one. Sensory bag. Okay, well, yeah, those are some good ideas. Using Play-Doh. Oh, that's another good one. It might be a little bit messy, but doing it in shaving cream, I don't know, it depends on the nature of your classroom. Shaving cream, maybe using Lego, or if you have some kind of blocks. Oh, singing while writing. That's a good idea. Right. I think while you're singing, you remember things better too, right? With pipe cleaners, something like that. Somebody mentioned sand. I don't know if that's doable for you, but if you can do it, it's a lot of fun, right? Just like you're at the beach. Using a plate with salt. Yeah, lots of people, right? You can like make shapes and letters in salt. Yeah, writing with fingers on maybe students' backs so they can feel the motion, going down their body. And what else? With any kind of objects like pens, pencils, anything in your classroom, it's easier to find. Of course, with your body, making like a W like this. And last one, maybe just with chalk. Okay, so those are just some ideas that I came up with. Using clay. Someone mentioned Play-Doh before. Those are all good ideas that you mentioned as well. Okay, so just to make it more fun, so you can have them write the letters in the student book and then expand on it with something like this, right? Especially for those kinesthetic learners. Okay, continuing the comparison. So this is Smart Phonics. Okay, this is another page in Smart Phonics. And this is another page in School Phonics. Now, you probably won't notice a huge difference between these two pages, but again, you can see that in Smart Phonics, we have listening already as the second exercise on that page. School Phonics, on this first practice page, look and circle, match and write. Okay, so nothing auditory yet. Then, no coloring in School Phonics, that's true too, okay. But then we have two listening exercises on its own page, okay, in School Phonics. So instead of just having one listening exercise, we have two listening exercises. Yes, using more audio, right? Because that's obviously very important. Okay, so that's small difference. So how can we maybe improve uppercase and lowercase recognition? So we have students listen and trace out these letters, uppercase and then lowercase. But what's maybe an extension activity that we can do with an exercise like this? Well, some ideas, puzzles, and memory game. Okay, so if you can make some puzzle pieces and draw uppercase, lower and lowercase letters on them, and like a matching picture word image, you can have students make puzzles like this, right? And it helps them make natural connections and associations because they can see the shapes go together, and then they can identify and recognize the uppercase and lowercase, and they can see which ones go with which other letter and picture word. Okay, so something like a puzzle pieces, yes, they naturally make associations. And even memory games. I'm sure most people are familiar with memory games, but you can also use it for phonics targets like this. So these are the cards down. So you could have students take turns, flipping over the cards. Oh, they got a match. They matched the uppercase letter with the lowercase letter, and then they tried to match it with a picture word. But they got fish, so it's not a match, right? They need E, and then a matching sound, right? So then maybe they flipped over D, the uppercase D. Oh, they got dog, dog, and they got the lowercase d. So then they would get a match, and then they would keep that set, right? So it's same concept as any other memory game, but using phonics targets and just helping students make those associations between uppercase and lowercase letters, okay, and their matching sounds. Okay, another activity you could do here. So this is that second listening page, right, in the practice section of School Phonics. What platform do you recommend? What did I use? Yeah, I think just PPT, you can put it together. If you just make like text boxes and then just put them in rows and maybe just fill them in with some color. You can do it that way. Flashcards, are flashcards included? Yes, there are flashcards. Yes, at the back. At the back of the book, they are attached. Okay, they are all here. And then, so students have their own set, and then you can also print them out, print them out and cut them out from eFuture's website. Okay. So yeah, just continuing on here, sorry. One activity you can do here is something called Phonics Tic-Tac-Toe. So we have a grid of 9 targets, and you can just turn it into a game of tic-tac-toe. I'm sure most people are familiar with tic-tac-toe, where you have to get 3 X's or O's in a row on this 3x3 grid. And you could just have, instead of students just putting X's or O's in the grid, they first have to say the correct sounds. So if it's bat, if they want to put their circle or X in that square, they have to first say bat, and then they can put their circle. And then students can have a competition that way. You can even do it in groups. You could like divide the class and have 2 teams, right? One team of X, one team of O, and then have students come up one by one and try to fill in a circle or an X for their team, okay? I've done that before. So phonics tic-tac-toe, that's one idea. Oh, yes, as someone pointed out earlier, School Phonics has both illustrations and real photos. Okay, so not just illustrations. We like to use photos as well, so that students can make like real world connections and associations, right? They can see how they are in the real world. So one activity you can do is just have students match the illustrations with the photos and try to make connections that way. So they can see the illustration of the teacup, right? The cup, for example, and then they can try to match it with the photo of the cup, okay? So just another way to make connections, all right? So that's maybe something you can do also. Yes, illustrations, photos, and match them together. Okay. Okay. So yes, as I showed you on the first page of School Phonics, there is a chant. Well, there's also another chant, okay, later on in the unit. And this kind of page does not exist in Smart Phonics. So there's nothing really to compare it to, okay? So we have a chant here, and it's a sticker chant. So students first take out these stickers. So there are flashcards and stickers, if you can see here, in the back of the book. So students can take these stickers out and then stick them in these spaces on the page, in the correct spaces. And then after they do that, there's a chant for it, and then you can do that with your class. So can we hear the chants? You know, I think we have time for that. Let me, you know, maybe at the end I will try to do that. Okay, if we have time, I will try to play the chants. Okay, please remind me to do that. Okay. Okay. So stick and chant section. So chant along, and so that's the chant on the first page, and there are also stickers as well. Okay, which again we don't have in Smart Phonics, so that's another change, and that's another kind of upgrade that we've made. Okay, it's because I think students definitely love to use stickers, right? And it makes things more hands-on and kinesthetic. Okay. The last page here that I want to compare between Smart Phonics and School Phonics is the story. So this story, you can see the story for Smart Phonics, and then this is the story page for School Phonics. Pretty different, I would say. What are the big standout differences to you? What really stands out, and what do you think would make things easier for students with School Phonics? Okay, bigger pictures, and there is maybe a more specific answer than bigger pictures. So we got Smart Phonics, School Phonics. Okay, the big difference to me, yes, okay, that's it. Separate pictures in a story box. So you can see in Smart Phonics, it's all one big illustration, right? And all of the text is in one grouping. But in School Phonics, we have 3 different scenes, right? 3 different illustrations, and the text is broken down into 3 sections. Again, making things a little bit more like gradual and easier for students to digest. Yeah, and I think the illustrations, are more, more fun looking, more like kid friendly. So that the cartoon style, I think, is much nicer too. Okay. Yeah, and good sequencing with colorful illustrations. Great answer. Okay, and another difference, those of you with a keen eye might have noticed, there are 2 tracks in School Phonics, but only 1 track in Smart Phonics. There's only track 4, read along. But in School Phonics, first in track 10, students will listen to the story and then they will read along. So again, it makes things more progressive, more gradual, okay? So not really karaoke, but they'll just listen to the story by the voice actors. We had voice actors, playfully narrate the stories, and then they can just read along in a like calm, like normal way. Okay. So yeah, and it's not exactly karaoke. Okay, but yeah, so it makes it a little bit easier though, and it adds more progression to things. So that was all kind of related to leveling. You could see that Smart Phonics really makes things more gradual for students, and it makes things less overwhelming and easier for them to understand, which is, of course, our goal and our objective. So that's kind of first and foremost thing. And then second of all, digital content. As I mentioned, Smart Phonics was made quite a while ago. School Phonics is obviously newer, so we added a lot of digital content. So yes, digital content. Here are some examples, and you can access the digital content through the app, which you can download on your mobile, or you can also access it online through eSmart Class, etc. Okay, through the ebook and the CD as well. Okay, so story animations, so we made story animations with subtitles, and I'll show you one of those a little bit later on. Of course, we have flashcard activities, we have sound games, we have a card crane game, which is quite a bit of fun. I don't know if any of you like doing that in real life, where you try to pick out the teddy bear from the bin or whatever, even though it's like almost impossible, but it's kind of fun stuff. Anyways, and then more engaging for the kids, yeah. And then there are word games too. We have like a race car word game, which is quite fun. Actually, we made it from scratch, and it's a really good game that I think students would enjoy and learn a lot from. Oh, okay, awesome. You like the books. Okay, I'll try to show you some of those games a little bit later on at the end, so you can get a real taste for them. Okay, so yes, digital content, that's what we added to School Phonics. And readers, okay, readers is another big difference. We added readers in the back of each book. Okay, so it's right there built in, and we've got 3 different stories in each student book, okay, or in each reader's book. There are 3 different stories, except in student book 3, where there are fewer targets, so there's only 2 stories. So a total of 11 stories, and these are the cover pages for all 11 stories. Yeah, does it have a CD? Yes, it has a, yes, there is a CD. Yes, there is a CD, okay, yeah. In the student book. So these are the cover pages for the stories, reader stories. So it's just a really fun and interesting way to revisit all of the targets that students have learned in like story format. For teacher's guide, there is a teacher's manual. There is a teacher's manual, but and you can buy that. But there are lots of helpful resources on the eFuture website that you can download. Okay, so maybe check that out first. Okay, so eSmart class. So with the ebook here, this is where I want to show you the ebook and some of the animations. Okay, so okay, just 1 second here. I will log in. I hope you can see this screen. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go to the ebook here, School Phonics. I will launch this ebook. And I'm going to, okay, you can see the contents page here, right? And I can go straight to the readers section. So the readers is like is for the is for the review units. Okay, so I'm going to go to this story. Oh, reshare your screen. Okay. Okay, you can see it again. Okay, great. Thank you, Gary. Okay. So this is one of the reader's stories. Okay, and this is in the ebook. So here, why don't we can watch one of the animations.
The talent show.
Okay, so this is...
The king and queen have a question.
What can you do?
Octopus plays the piano. The king and queen dance.
Oh. Oh.
Panda paints a picture. The king
Oh, you like
and
it? Good.
queen pose.
Yeah, I think the images are really good too.
And what can you do? Ostrich juggles with melons.
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh, the melon is on
Okay.
ostrich. The king and queen clap.
Good, good. Okay, I'm glad you like the animation. So let's go back to the ebook here. And let me just demonstrate how to use it. So you turn the page and then you can write on the page here like this. And yeah, some of the activities that I wanted to show you, like one is called, it's for phonemic awareness, okay? One is called categorization. So we can take these three targets. Sorry, we don't have a mouse right now. So these three targets, and we can ask students, okay, what is the sound here? So we have oh, and we have huh, and we have oh. Now the question is, which sounds match? Which sounds are the same? Of course, the octopus and ostrich. So we can say that these, oh, sorry about that. Sorry, it's so messy. Okay, like we're categorizing them, we're grouping them, okay? So grouping common sounds together, and we can say panda, panda is a different sound, right? So just grouping and separating sounds, right? Common and different sounds. Then I can erase everything. Maybe if I go to the next page, here I can put this down. Okay, maybe, okay, I can ask, okay, what sound is this? Panda, what sound? Yes, This, what is this? What sound is this? Ah, yes, it's also. And what are the king and queen doing? If you need a hint, look at the text, right? They are posing, right? The king and queen pose. So it's also a p sound, right? They're posing. So what is the common sound? Right, pose, picture, panda, okay? So finding common sounds in the illustrations. And I have one other one that maybe we can do here called substitution. So if we take this target, what is he? He's a king. Okay, so maybe we can write out king. And then we can substitute or replace this first letter. So maybe I'll erase this. Then if I maybe change it to R, then students can say, oh, instead of king, now it's R, ring. Okay, so just simple substitution like that. Okay, I just wanted to quickly demo those for you. Okay, I'm going to go back to the presentation now. I think I might have to reshare my screen. Yes, melon juggling. Yeah, I think I'm sharing the right thing now. Okay. Let me know if you can't see the presentation. Okay, so that is the ebook. So I tried to demonstrate some of these activities like categorization, substitution, identification. Here's another activity that you can do with the readers. So this is the story text, and maybe you as the teacher, you can read the story, but then not say the target words. And then as you read, students fill in the blanks and they say the target words. So for example, the king and have a, what can you do? Plays the, like this. Oh, maybe you can categorize using shapes. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea too. Thank you for sharing, Isabel. Okay, so this is just an idea for reading the story, right? You can have students fill in the blanks with the target words, okay? So you can just leave out the target words and then they can say them. All right. Another activity idea is to sit and stand on certain sounds. So have students stand up and sit down when they hear certain sounds. So in this case, k sound. So you read the story as the teacher, and then students, while they're listening, if they hear a k sound, they have to stand up. And then when they hear another k sound, they sit down. So it just makes things more active and makes them pay attention more, right? And makes them listen for those sounds very keenly. So in this case, the king, students stand up, and queen have a question. What can, sit down, you do? Ostrich plays the piano. The king, stand up, and queen dance. Panda paints a picture, the king and queen pose, etc., like that, okay? So that's an activity idea that you can do, and you can just use different sounds, whatever sounds you want, depending on the story. Yes. I'm sorry. Oh, this is, okay, we're not going to do this. I don't think we have time for this. Okay, so that's the readers, some activities for readers, and yeah, that's those are like the three main differences between Smart Phonics and School Phonics: the leveling, digital content. Oh yes, the chant. Okay. I will do, yes, I will play the chant now. Thank you for reminding me. Let's go to page 4. So we can, here. So this is one chant, and then there's another, I'll play the other one too.
Hello, everyone. Let's go. Apple. Apple. Book. Cat. Great job.
Oh, I don't see the video. Okay, right. Sorry. Okay, I will. Sorry, I forgot to share the screen. Yeah, I will show you another chant though, which I think will be, which you might like more. Hold on. Why don't we do? Okay, let's just do it for this one. Okay, here we go.
Are you ready? Let's chant. Apple. Ant. Alligator. Apple. Ant. Alligator.
Bag. Bat. Bat.
Is everyone snapping their fingers?
Cat. Cap. Cup. Cat. Cap.
Good, Cynthia.
Awesome.
Okay, there. So that's an example of one of the chants. And yes, there's a different one in each unit. Okay, so yeah, and you can access that through the ebook, which you can get through eSmart Class or through the app. Okay. Okay, so everyone, I think. Sorry, just 1 second here. Okay. So last question. I think we have about 2 minutes. How can anyone tell me how School Phonics is unique or special or good, positive, anything? Any key features? Yes, very easy and gradual. Pictures are very inviting. So it just, yeah, the series really tries to make things easily digestible for students, make it easy to understand. And I hope you could really see that clearly through the comparison with Smart Phonics. Simple, clear, and understandable. Yeah, engaging activities, lots of digital content, and the reader's booklets, which are included in the back of the book. Yes, and the ebook, so you can find animations, chants, and everything there on the ebook as well. And the sound and word games, we didn't get to that, but you can also access those and play around with those. Okay, good for a Zoom class. Good. Okay. More, yes, and more audio, right? More chants. More listening exercises. So there are 3 reader stories in each book. You can see here. So in this book, student book 1, there are 3 reader stories, and then there are a total of 11 reader stories for all 4 books. Okay, so 3, 3, 2, and 3. So a total of 11. Price is, I think, yeah, I actually can't really answer those questions. I'm not sure, but if you need to contact me, this is my contact. Yes, more examples, more chants for kids to practice. Yes, you can contact me, or if you need, if you have any other questions, you can contact eFuture. You can go to eFuture's website, efuture-elt.com, and you can probably find information there, or yes, you can contact someone and ask them. Okay, everyone, I think it's after 12, so I should get going. I hope you really enjoyed the webinar and really thank you for attending and being here. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you learned something. And if you can, try to use School Phonics in your classroom. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Great to see you. And thank you for participating so much in the group chat. I always like seeing the comments. Okay, have a great day or have a great night, depending on where you are. Wonderful. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Okay, hope to see you again soon, sometime. Bye-bye.